January 16th, 2025. Matthew 11:28 through 30. Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and humble in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light. Joshua 1:5 and 9. No one shall stand against you all the days of your life. As I was with Moses, so I will be with you. I will never leave you nor forsake you. Have I not commanded you to be strong and courageous? Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged. For the Lord your God is with you wherever you go. Now there is no condemnation for those who belong to Christ Jesus. And because you belong to him, the power of the life-giving Spirit has freed you from the power of sin that leads to death. Romans 8:1-2. When you find it difficult to be patient because of conflicts you're experiencing with your mate, remember God has asked you to maintain your love relationship in spite of these challenges. Be patient and help ease the troubles of the one you love. Read 1 Corinthians 13 to help you put your relationship back on course. Ephesians 5:22 and 25. Wives, submit to your husbands as to the Lord. Husbands, love your wives, just as Christ loved the church and gave himself up for her. Reflection. Jesus asks each of us to follow him, to take his burden upon ourselves, to find rest for our souls. His yoke is easy for the acceptance of God, fatal for the acceptance of man. No one can stand against us all the days of our life when we reside in heaven. Jesus spent many days giving the distinction between a priority life on earth and a priority life in heaven. The two lines are opposed to each other. Every time we choose one, we decide to not choose the other. On one hand, we could argue that the life with Jesus is very heavy. It is a life that leads to certain death. Though we are all destined to die, this is a death that comes from choosing his yoke. We sacrifice the certainty of comforts we can afford. We embrace persecution and criminal charges as we quickly become outlaws in the land where God is not allowed. For the focus on today and what we will have during our life, this outcome is very daunting. But for heaven and the focus on eternity, the reward is beyond imagination. We each must find the balance between the peace in today and the peace of eternity. There is now no condemnation, for we belong to the Redeemer, and sin is now a separate matter from us. But the conflicts of marriage and that of the Spirit are similar. Our eternal union with God through Christ is the blueprint for our union with each other. Prayer. May we join our days to your eternal yoke and live the bond of eternity as we embrace your teaching and commands. Thank you for the life that brings us into your existence and the redemption that keeps us for your eternal unity. May your yoke be the glory of every day as we die today and live more complete forever.